Oh man. I really don't even. Well, before we even start this pod, everybody watching on YouTube right now, if you can subscribe to the channel, like the channel, leave a comment. This is episode 51. So y'all, if this is your first episode watching, man, y'all need to go back 50 episodes, man. We 51 episodes in. So if y'all can leave, if y'all can subscribe at the bottom, I appreciate it. If y'all listening on the audio, man, head over to that YouTube and subscribe, man. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and I think we can do it, man. This is one of the last episodes that y'all gonna hear this music at the beginning, but I gotta do it for 51, man. I gotta do it for 51. RP and chanting. Let's get it. Oh man.
I always said I wouldn't apologize to a nigga. I was going lie for lie. I could do it with you. How to shoot bitch. Probably not he hosts us.
Welcome to episode 51, y'all. Can't even talk. Welcome to episode 51.
I got my brother and to beat your ass. I don't know whether to fight or to fuck when I see your ass. I can't trust no nigga, not one. Don't want your heart, but I'll take a new Celine.
What you tell him, Chad? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You made me wanna lose my mind. You made me wanna kill the bitch you with. You really must have thought I was blind, yeah. They couldn't see it, had some shit on the side. Fuck all that shit. Keep it pushing on some thug shit. It ain't nothing. Tell a nigga say you want it, then it's something. I'ma keep it on some thug shit. Fuck that love shit. Get messy with this blood shit, yeah. Think I give a fuck about who you fuck with, no. It ain't your business, don't fuck it. Say it with me on some thug shit. Fuck that love shit. Heard you got a new bitch and a pussy in his.
Hold on, we got more music to get to, man. We got more music to get to, man. We gotta do it right, man. We got more music to get to, man. Hold on. Yep. Come on, y'all know the vibes, man. Stop it. Yeah.
Do it nasty.
Hey.
Any way you want it, you can have me. Going wild in the backseat. I'ma pick her out and we can tag team. Doing whole thing. Cause I'm growing and I get it when I want now. Doing whole thing.
I'm so glad y'all decided to tune into the Malik Scholar podcast today. I appreciate every single one of y'all.
In the morning, I'm like, bet that. Ain't like a super soaker, baby. You know I'ma wet that. I ride it on my tippy toes. I bet he won't forget that. This pussy like a drug and he
Man, there's a new year coming, man. We're gonna do this year off right.
Fuck him just like a hoe do. Ain't nothing like my old dude. Yo, bitches giving old news. Put it in his face and feed it to him like it's soul food. I love to be on top of, baby. You could take a trophy. He said, come here, let me fold you. Beat it like a G supposed to. You come and then I hold you. I always play my role too. I want you to beat it like I stole some. Don't worry, I ain't gon'
Shout out all the women out there.
Nothing FaceTime me, let me show some. I got him sprung out me. Do it so good.
But we still ain't done yet, y'all.
I got him sprung.
We get this thing right, man. Hold on. Yeah. Once again, RP and chanting, man. Yeah.
My heart 40 inches, hang out on my ass. And I can't never want no nigga with I love my cash. I'm whipping foreign engineers, 200 on the dash. It ain't no brakes, 25-8, I'm always on the gas. I'm Gucci down like Roger Davis, pay I know they have it. Hit forward 12, they try to pull me over, know I'm skating. Waking up, I'm in the hills, I'm shot, I really made it. I get chewed up on the first night, it ain't no bitch I'm dating. Bitches ain't on shit, don't need no lights, my wrist lit. Don't get my way, I throw a fit. Skinny bitch, my pockets thick.
If you're in the car, turn that fucking volume up.
Feed you dick and lies. He be eat me up, his homeboy be his alibi. I love things that's proud of, but I don't love him.
Yeah.
And if you tryna spend that paycheck on me, then it's fuck him. I get what I get out of him, then I duck him. He go outside, he spend that bag, I still ain't fuck him.
Whoa, I love things about her, but
RP Big Scar.
She fucking with the ops, I swear it make it hard to trust her. I get what I get out of her, I think she love me. Please don't get a text, little bitch, you know we only fuck. Don't like too much about her, but the
RP
way
Big
she
Scar,
fuck me.
man. Hold on. Oh shit. We finna get this thing started in just a second, man. We finna get to it now.
This bitch hand, do you watch stick and move, nigga know I don't play that. Ain't no capping shit, we clapping shit, nigga know I'ma spray that. The ops going down. Finna make my way downtown. My trap nigga take me to Pound Town. Your girlfriend, I hope it around.
Yeah.
Real right BBs, I thought it. I'm a real ass P and they know it. Got bands on flex, nigga blow it. Yeah, I'm really that bitch and I show it. How much I got, it's a whole lot. Kiss on that bitch, yeah, a whole lot. Run in your trap, I'ma stick up the whole spot. Boy, you be everywhere, hoes not.
What'd you say?
Want some, yeah, want some. Want some. Want some. White bitches staring at me like they want some. Nigga, give me money like you owe me some. Hey, I don't want your nigga, I join they bands. Want some. I work out of sex with a couple of bags. Want some.
We're gonna get this podcast started in just a second, man. Vibe out, man. Once again, RP and Chance and RP Big Star, man. Hold on, we're gonna get to it. Let's go.
I'm out in the big leagues. Don't pay for pussy, get freebies. I ride at your neck like some BBs. All eyes on me, CDVVs. I read all my niggas need me. Can't be on me, I ain't need me.
Alright, man, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Hold on.
Ain't no looking, we past that. Nigga, big on the party, we crash that.
Oh man, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. Oh man, thank y'all so much for that, man. I really appreciate that. I needed that, man. Welcome to Malik Scholar. I don't know if I changed the name yet, but it's coming. I don't know if I changed the names yet, but it's coming. Welcome to formerly known as the Malik Scholar podcast, man. But welcome to episode 51. This is definitely 51. Yeah, man, we've been through 50 episodes. 50 episodes of the Malik Scholar podcast. Yeah, yes, sir. It's a long applause. I just appreciate everybody that's been through this journey with me. Podcasting is, once I finished my journey of doing what I did or whatever, and once I got into the podcasting game or whatever, everybody said like it's a saturated market. Yeah, it's a saturated market for sure. I know this 100%. But I like talking. I like talking about music. I like talking about tech. I like talking about the black culture. I just like talking about things. And I don't really have too many people around me for real just to be blowing people's phones up and talking about this stuff. So I was like, shit, we finna make a podcast. Well, I'm finna make a podcast. And that's what I did, man. If I say I'm finna do something, one thing about me, one thing about Malik Scholar, man, I'm gonna do it. So that's what I did. And now here we are at episode 51. I took a little hiatus for sure. After 50, I was contemplating if I still wanted to do this thing. Look, I got a tattoo right here or something. I don't. Well, I do, but it's not showing. But yeah, so I didn't know if I was gonna continue this journey. So I took some time to really think and figure out what I wanted to do with it, because obviously this is very time consuming, but I'm cool with it, man. 51 episodes. A lot of people don't make it to 20 episodes. So I appreciate every single one of y'all for tuning in week after week, however many of y'all is there. A lot of people listen more on audio than they do on YouTube, but I still do appreciate every single one of y'all for tuning in, man. Bigger and better things. We're being so big during the next year. It's going to be, I'm trying to get more interviews going. I'm trying to get more guest hosts coming. Blaze is obviously going to come back eventually whenever he has the time to do it. Me and Blaze still locked in. Shout out to Monty and Monty. Shout out to their episodes. Episode 50 was great. If y'all haven't seen that one, go back and watch that one. That was featuring Amani Tia. The episode was good. We talked about some music. We talked about Breezy. She taught me about the whispers. So go check that episode out. It was cool. Shout out to Mondo, man. We had a really good episode also, and there's going to be a bonus episode dropping with Mondo on it too, so y'all stay tuned for that. Make sure y'all get subscribed. I can't tell y'all that enough. There's like 90% of people who watch and listen to this podcast that are not subscribed to the podcast, but every week it's the same thing. It's 90% of people that's not subscribers, and so when you look at this podcast, subscribe, man. It helps the algorithm for that discoverability. But anyways, let's get into it, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I haven't been on a pod for like, I don't know, a month. So there's a lot of things to talk about. We're going to get to it. First off, I want to start with music. I always want to start with music because we're going to get into some deep, rough topics later. Excuse me, but we're going to talk to music first. All right, so I'm going to talk about the big one. So Cardi B dropped, Young Thug dropped, Doja Cat dropped. I don't know if a lot of people thought that Doja Cat dropped or not, but she definitely dropped. Her album was called Vibe. Thug was UI Scooty, and Cardi B's was Am I the Drama. So let's start with Cardi's first. Let's start with Cardi. Let's go ahead and start with Miss. I don't know how to say her last name, so I'm just gonna call her Miss B. Let's start with her. This album was okay. The album was decent. The album wasn't the best album in the world. It's not even her best. I still think Invasion of Privacy is her best album. I don't think it was the best album that year, but I still think it was her best album. But this album was cool. Like, it was not a bad album at all. I feel like some of the stuff was derivative, but I still felt it was a good listen. So the album is like, I don't know, a couple of tracks. I'm gonna pull it up on Apple Music just so I'm not speaking out of my ass here. But the album was Am I the Drama? She has so many versions of it. We're gonna talk to that in a second, especially Miss Taylor Swift. But the album was 23 songs and 20 of them were new. So you still had WAP on there and you had Up on there. I'm not counting Outside because Outside is new enough where you could say you could still put on the album. But WAP putting on the album is crazy. I don't care what nobody say. Putting WAP on the album is crazy. But they did it so she could sell 1 million copies first day. But obviously the way the rules work, they're not going to count that during the first week sales. They're just going to count that during the album life or whatever. So it technically was already platinum when it dropped because WAP was on there. But first week sales was like 199.6 according to Nicki Minaj. Well, I think it was like 202 or something like that. But the album was cool, had 19 songs in there. I love the way the album started with the Dead. I'm gonna play a little bit of that just so y'all can hear it. I'm pretty sure y'all heard the album before. It's a fucking Cardi B album, so I'm pretty sure y'all heard the album before. But I'm gonna play the first song on the album. This is Dead by Cardi B featuring Summer Walker. I'm not playing the whole song. If y'all new here, I never play the whole song. I just play a little bit of it so y'all can catch the vibe. This is Dead.
Grammy Award-winning recording artist Cardi B, known for her chart-topping hits,
now stands accused of a crime spree that has left a trail of devastation and fear. National rap superstar is on the run after being linked to a series of brutal killings.
And report any sightings immediately.
According to police, the victims,
Cardi B, who has always been a controversial
bloggers, journalists, and most chillingly, several female rappers.
If these allegations are true, it will undoubtedly be one of the darkest chapters in music history.
It's about to start. I know it's a long intro, but it's about to start. I just love Summer Walker.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I hate that I have to stop right there, but I do have to stop right there. I mean, I've been playing it for almost a minute because that intro is long. But that was the vibe of the first track on the album. I was like, okay, we in for some shit, right? And then we go right into this.
Turn up at the party, I'm kicking out my body. She shaking, clap for me. These bitches are so Cardi.
We go right into that, and then we go on to Magnet, pick it up, Imaginary Players. I wasn't a big fan of Imaginary Players when it dropped in the first place because, I mean, Cardi rapping on the Jay-Z beat is like, it is what it is. But I wasn't a fan of that. Then you go on to Bodega Baggy, Salute, Safe, Man of Your Word, all that stuff. So there's some tracks on the album that people could like or people don't like. Me, personally, I'm not really going to listen to this album again. I mean, it's not an album for me anyways. It's an album for the girlies. But there was still some stuff on here. Obviously, the album is called Am I the Drama, so she's focused on the drama part. I hope y'all can't hear that because I be hitting the snare a lot. But the album is called Am I the Drama, so it's focused on a lot of drama dealing with the girlies and stuff like that. But she's shooting at JT, she's shooting at Nicki Minaj, she's shooting at Bia. She's just shooting at folks all throughout the album. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm gonna keep it 100% real with y'all. Cardi B does use writers. One of the most famous writers she uses is Partisan Fontaine. This is well known. I don't know how much she actually writes versus how much Partisan Fontaine writes, plus other writers too, because other writers are credited on here. But Party's like credited on damn near half the whole album. So when it comes to lyricism with the women rappers, Bia is a much better rapper than Cardi B. No matter which way you want to place it, Bia is a much better rapper than Cardi B. Most of the girl rappers are better than Cardi B, sans Ice Spice, because Ice Spice is not a good rapper at all either. But most of the girl rappers, they're better than Cardi B. So when it comes to lyricism and talking that shit on the track, I think Bia has some good tracks. Y'all niggas, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Y'all niggas be sleep on Bia. I'm not even gonna lie, because I be looking on Twitter and I be seeing the Cardi Hive. You know, you got the Cardi Hive and the Nicki Minaj Hive. I don't know what they're called, the Barbs. Like, you got them on Twitter trying to down. Well, I know the Barbs like Bia because Nicki likes Bia, but Bia got some shit. Like, she actually makes some really good tracks and be really rapping for real. I'm trying to find a song that's fire that I can just play real quick so you can hear. Actually, I can go to DDG song that he did with Bia. But Yeah, B is fire, and I think if they actually got to it, like if they actually got to rapping, because obviously I'm not a perpetuator of violence, so definitely always keeping music. But I mean, if you gotta get into a little fight, cool. But other than that, nah. But this is, but I want y'all to hear what I mean when I say Bia really puts pen to paper and just goes. So this is DDG and Bia fine shit.
Miles, where have you been? Okay. DDG and Bia, what the fuck you think we on?
Yo.
No, I get the glitching when the chat get on my phone. I like Prada, push it, P for pussy. Niggas on my phone. He got money if I let that nigga bone. Swear to God.
Why that boy keep tweeting and never.
That's DDG's part. But y'all get what I'm saying. Like, well, I hope y'all get what I'm saying. Bia raps better than Cardi. I'm not gonna keep going back and forth on this shit. If you listen to music, you listen to music. You know that Bia raps better than Cardi. So if it comes down to it and they have a diss battle, I think Bia's taking Cardi through the roof. Cardi might win just because of her pure star power. Cardi B is a huge star. She's way bigger than Bia when it comes to star power. But when it comes to actual lyricism and making a good song, I think Bia makes very good songs. She's just not famous. I mean, not that famous as Cardi B. Her music doesn't go to a larger scale. But if you listen to her album, she makes good music. All right, so I'm done with Cardi. I'm done with B. I'm done with the girlies. The album was cool. I give it like a 5 out of 10. It was cool. Like it's nothing I'm gonna play again. That wasn't 6 years worth of weight of an album. That's another problem that I have with artists that go into the game doing this shit and then wait 6 years to come back with a bad album. Like if you're just not gonna come back with an album, cool. Like Rihanna. Rihanna hasn't made an album since 2016. We're going on 10 years of this shit, right? We're going on 10 years with no album. The next album that she drops needs to insurmountably surpass Anti. Like there's no way that you can come out with a album that's horrible. You know, they've been rumoring that she's been in the studio and stuff. And of course she goes to the studio. She makes all the fucking songs for the Smurfs. But yeah, when you take a long hiatus like that, you need to come back with some heat. And I don't think Cardi came back with a great follow-up for Invasion of Privacy. But that's called the sophomore slump. So hopefully she comes back with a third album within the next 24 months because she can't another 6 years, man. She just need to go ahead and hang it up. All right, so let's get to Thug's album, man. Let's get to Young Thug's album. I'm actually not gonna play any songs off of Young Thug's album because I just wanna have a chat with Thug for a second. Nothing major, you know what I'm saying? I just wanna holler at Thug for a second. Hey man, listen. You dropped You Are Scooty. It had all these songs on there, and the album was not good. I believe in you. I've been listening to you since like 2013. Religiously, I've been listening to you religiously since like 2013. And I know you know how to make music. When you was a Rich Homie Quan and Birdman and Rich Gang and all of them, you made phenomenal songs. When like 250 of your songs leaked in Atlanta in like 2014, everybody was like, this nigga got it. You had some fire shit dropping on some leak shit. So we know the albums was finna be hard, right? You release Barter 6. Barter 6 is fire. Every song is fire. Then you go on to major releases. You got Super Slimy. You got So Much Fun. Oh my gosh, you released So Much Fun. It was so great. Then you found Gunna. Gunna was just making hits after hits after hits, and you was right there with him on the hooks, on the verses, making hits after hits after hits. Then you get locked up. Damn. But you had one verse in the tuck on Metro Boomin's album. That Metro Spider, oh boy, it was like when Thug gets out, he's gonna rock the fucking mic. Then you drop Business is Business. Everybody gave you a pass on that one because it's like he was locked up. He had to put something together. So we gave you a pass on that one. Then you get out. You hop on Lil Baby's album. Future walked y'all on that album. It's okay, but it's your first verse out. It's okay. we're going to wait on that album. And then all this shit happened. I'm not going to talk about that, but all this shit happened. It was like, okay, just put it in the music, man. We don't want to hear this shit no more. Put it in the music. And then you drop UI Scooty. UI Scooty is like a 1 out of 10 when it comes to a Thug album. This shit is horrible. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This shit is a bad album. It's a horrible album. I'm not gonna listen to it. It's weird. I don't understand the concept. I understand that you've been a conceptual artist for a long time and you play, you use your vocals as instruments, and I understand that. I get it. I get it. You have some tracks that are just out of this world. This album was terrible. On Twitter, you have like your fan page or whatever saying it's great. It's not. UI Scooty is a bad album. It is a bad album through and through. The one thing that I can pinpoint on UI Scooty to let you know that you weren't even confident in releasing this album is because you dropped Whoop De Doo on this fucking album. That meme didn't even happen until a week beforehand when you did your podcast with Big Bang. I like Thug. I like Thug. I like Thug. I listen to Young Thug songs. I still have to go back. Like I'll listen back to what's the album when he had all his people on there? It wasn't Slime Season, it was something, but it was what the whole YSL team was on there. But I appreciate the music that you make. This was not it. I don't know if you spent so much time in this album. I mean, so much time making this album that you just got sidetracked, which I know some things got you sidetracked, but this album was not it, man. If y'all think this album was it, let me know in the comments. Let me know I'm tripping, but I just don't think this album was it. You need to come with something more. Whoop De Doo was horrible. I'm not glad. I am sad that you put that on the album, like, because that diminishes the realness of your music. That shit is a joke. That shit is a joke. You switched it up at the end, but you added that first part in there, which made the song a joke. And I really didn't even want to listen to the rest of the album after that shit, because that tells me that you're not taking this seriously. As a consumer of your music, that tells me if I put this joke song on this album, Doja Cat may have put Moo on the album, I don't know, but everybody knew that was a joke, right? Whoop De Doo going on the album, you going through all this shit, you losing your brothers, you losing your friends, jail calls getting leaked, all this shit happening. It's not time for jokey joke time. It's time to put tracks on wax. It's time to put your voice on wax and make a good track and make a good fucking project. And this shit was not a good project. UI Scooty was not a good project. From the promotion, from you talking about it so heavily, from people saying that they heard it, from the GQ interview saying that when the interview was saying, I heard it, you were speaking from your heart. To drop this shit and then to accompany it with the album cover of you being whiteface and then dropping all your friends' pictures as whiteface, this album wasn't it. Everything that came with it did not support the music on the album. This music did not support all the bullshit that was coming on with the album. You have 1 or 2 good songs on this album that you were speaking about, but in general, you can leave that shit, man. You can leave that shit, man. I really hope that your next album is great. The crazy thing is, I'm not pitting Gunna and Thug against each other, because that's brother business. I'm out of that. But I didn't like Gunna's album at first. The one that just dropped, I didn't like it at first because I felt like it was just one and the same thing. So I was hoping your album was going to be fire. And I listened to your album. I was like, this shit is so ass. I'm going to just go back and listen to Gunna shit. I went back and listened to Gunna shit, and Gunna shit just became fire to me. Like, genuinely, like I actually listened to that album again now. Like, it just became fire to me. Because he took it, I could tell that he took his time on the music, the production side, and wanted to make a good project. Even though it's still kind of the Megan Thee Stallion effect, it was a good project. And I was hoping you did that with UI Scooty, but you didn't, man. That's my take on Young Thug's thing. I wish I can pass it to somebody so they can talk, but it's just me today. So that was my take on Young Thug's album. I do want to take a quick break before. It's not going to be a break for y'all, but I do want to take a quick break real quick, and we'll come back and get into Doja Cat's album. We'll be right back. And we back. Yeah. And I know that wasn't nothing for y'all, but we back. All right. So let's get into this Doja Cat album. Doja Cat album was called Vi. I fuck with Doja Cat. I think she's a great rapper. I think she's a top tier female rapper. Like, she's up there with Nicki, if anybody. Like, I think Doja's up there in the rap category with these rappers. I've said that years ago, but I still believe that to this day. This album wasn't a rap album. It was actually an 80s pop album for real. And the songs were good. The songs weren't bad at all. Like they may be elevated music good, but they were good songs. Not elevated music, but like store music playing in the background of a store. And I mean, that's how you make your money. You got to make evergreen songs to do it. But the album was called Vi. It didn't really get a lot of promo, not from what I've seen. Like Cardi's album had a lot of promo. I don't know if Doja's had the same amount because obviously ads are targeted, so you get ads that are targeted towards you. And I don't follow Doja on sorry, that's my phone. I don't follow Doja on social media, so I don't know what type of promo that it get. But the only reason I saw it is because it just so happened to pop up on Apple Music. She was doing a interview with one of those radio hosts, and I just realized she had an album coming. So Doja's album's called Vi. It's a couple of songs. It's not that many songs. The standout track to me was Gorgeous because it was the song is called Gorgeous. It just stood out to me because I just thought it was really good. I'm gonna play a little bit of that. I love getting copyrighted on YouTube, so I'm gonna play a little bit of that. Later, I'm gonna play the whole Taylor Swift album in its entirety to make sure my YouTube gets seen by a bunch of people. That's a joke, but yeah. So this is Gorgeous by Doja Cat off her new album Vi. I think it's a bop. Turn this up a little bit so y'all can hear it. I like how it came in. Jack Antonoff did the beat, I think. Yo.
They gon' be really mad when we hit the floor. It's a crime to be gorgeous. Between you and a million posts, they taking pictures like we hitting a pose. It's alright to be honest. Even when we sit in the dark, I feel the feelings that you had to show. All the eyes even open. We make a killing being so beautiful. It's a crime to be gorgeous. It's a crime to be gorgeous.
That's how that song went. The whole album vibe is basically like that. The album is 15 songs. It has one feature on there, and that feature is SZA. That song is not as good as their old, what's it called? Kiss Me More. It's not as good as that, but it's called Take Me Dancing. But that's the song that has SZA on there. But the album is cool. It's called Vi. It's not selling well. Doja knows that. Doja's a troll, so she's trolling on social media, begging for streams in a joking way. But I can understand why the album is not selling that well. I mean, I didn't see any fucking promo for it, and it's not a typical Doja album. Doja is a pop artist, yes, but this is 80s pop. I do feel like 80s pop is had a resurgence, but I think it's over the time that you could do that right now. Like you can, The Weeknd did it and did it and did it. I think he did it 3 fucking albums. But and then finally his last album, he kind of veered away from it, which I think his last album was really, really good. It's a slept on album. Well, I guess it's not slept on because it's The Weeknd. But yeah, this was an 80s themed album. She just recently performed on SNL. We'll talk about SNL in a minute. But she just recently performed on SNL and like she looked like Beetlejuice or some shit like that. But yep, that's Doja's album. I give that album like a 6 out of 10. Definitely not Doja's best album. It sounds like I'm very hard on these albums, but I'm not. I think I gave like Cardi's a 5. I think gave Thugs a 1 because yeah, I'm not even gonna get into that again. And then Doja, she gets a 6. So Taylor Swift dropped the album, The Life of a Showgirl. I listened to it. I'm not a Swiftie, so I mean I can't give a huge deep dive on this album, but I do want to talk about the music business and the record sales when it comes to these albums like this and these big artists doing this bullshit with these different versions and these vinyls and all this shit. So Taylor Swift had 21 versions of the album. She had 8 different. Well, I'm not going to do the breakdown right now because I don't know it off the top of my head, but she had multiple different versions of the actual album on streaming, and she had multiple different vinyls, and then she had the physical copies. She had just a bunch of different versions, and that all counts towards sales, right? So if I sell something, I think it's like more than $5 with a bundle or something like that, but it all counts towards a sale. I'm saying that to say that all of this shit, like these artists do this for these numbers, and I don't really understand. The way that the streaming, I'm not a huge fan of streaming. I was talking to Mondo about this. I'm not a huge fan of streaming because obviously the artist doesn't get the money that they deserve when it comes to streaming. I think physical copies is a good thing, or direct to consumer things is a good thing, which a lot of her versions were, like the ones on her site, the vinyls and stuff like that. Those are direct to consumers. I think those are good. Vinyls are always good. And I think direct to consumer sales are good. You're going to get nerfed on if you're only streaming. That's just the way it is. That's just the way the music business is. But when it comes to all these different games and stuff, and I know the labels be doing it because they want their artists to reach the top. The Billboard chart hasn't came out yet, but the predictions are Taylor Swift is going to occupy the top 12 slots in the Billboard Hot 100, which tends to happen with big artists. Like when Drake drops an album, most of his songs are charting in the top 10. Like he takes over the whole top 10. Taylor Swift drops, she takes over the whole top 10. Adele drops, she takes over the whole top 10. That happens with these big artists, so I'm not surprised about that. It's just when it comes to these games being played for the music tip, I just found it peculiar because as an artist, I would think that you just want your music to be played and be good and go tour with the music. But now it's turned into a popularity contest, which technically always has been a popularity contest, but now it's just a blatant popularity contest where you have to go in and show that you're the best. You don't even have to be the best. You have to show that you're the best. I don't know if y'all remember, but Young Thug on one of his calls, he was like, I paid $50,000 for more streams so Gunna can beat out The Weeknd. And I don't know if y'all remember, but that was The Weeknd's second week. That wasn't the first week his album dropped. It was The Weeknd's second week. I think it was when Dawn FM dropped. So it's not hard for these artists to pay to get this shit to the top. So, but I feel like that defeats the purpose of the music being good. There's so much fucking good music out there that never charts. Tame Impala's track that he just dropped, I forgot what it was called, Dracula, that just dropped, it's his first ever song on the Hot 100. And it debuted at like 75. It's going to debut at like 75. That was his first ever song on the Hot 100. If you don't know who Tame Impala is, you know who Tame Impala is. Rihanna did a cover of his song. Damn, I can't even remember the name of the song, but Rihanna did a cover of his song on his Anti album, and it was one of the best songs on that album. But Tame Impala is a really good artist. It's a group, but it's a person. It's one person. It's Kevin something, I think. But yeah, so there's really good music that never makes it to the Hot 100, and people still mess with the artist because the artistry is good, the music is good. While we're at it, I actually want to shout out a artist. This is a tangent, but I actually want to shout out an artist. Her name is Noir, and she has a song called Late Night Confessions. I just found her on TikTok. She's not a huge artist at all, but I think it's really good music. And I do want to play the song because it's really, really good. I'm just going to play this for a second because I found her on TikTok. I commented on her thing. I was hoping she was Atlanta so we can link up, go on the podcast, stuff like that, talk about the music. But this is Late Night Confessions by Noir, and I hope I'm saying your name right. Really good artist. Really good artist. Really good music. Come on, man.
It's 2 a.m. I'm wide awake. Your name still lingers in the space.
Come on, man.
Between my heartbeat and my pride, I swore I'd move on, but I scroll through memories like a phone. Replay your voice when I'm alone. You said forever, then you slipped. Now I'm holding on to what we missed. I tried to let go, but my soul won't forget. Your touch is a ghost that I haven't left yet. Late night confessions, I still want you near. Still hear you whisper like you're right here. Caught in the silence of what we became. Drowning in echoes, calling your name.
I just had to stop and play that track because I was gonna forget. I was gonna forget if I didn't do it. So yeah, that was Noir. It's spelled Noire with the accent mark over it, and that song was called Late Night Confessions. That's actually, I think that's the only song that she has on her thing. I'm not sure, but y'all go check that out. Y'all go listen. Yeah, it's the only song she has on her streaming. But y'all go check that out, man. Good songs, running numbers up, all that stuff. But let's get back into this regular thing. But I played that song just on the tangent. I went on a tangent with that song because I was talking about there's a great artist that never chart, but it's good music, and people are gonna fuck with good music. You don't have to force me to listen to your music because it's a number one. I still haven't listened to that fucking K-pop 100 song. Never listened to it. Like, it's been number one for forever, and I've never listened to it. You're not, just because you're number one doesn't mean you're gonna force me to listen to your track. So I don't need the popularity contest of people trying to get to number one, and I'm number one. Listen to my album. Like, fuck that shit. If the song is not good, I'm not gonna listen to it. Case in point, Taylor Swift's new album is getting dragged by non-Swifties. Even some Swifties don't fuck with it, but it's getting dragged. I don't think the album is terrible, but it's not for me. But I don't think it's terrible. But she's getting dragged because, one, the album is very derivative. When I was listening to the album, I listened to it twice. I always give an album a couple listens. So I just listen to it once and give a shit review. I listened to it a couple times and it felt derivative. Like, it just felt derivative. So did Cardi's album too. The flows did, but it was Taylor Swift's album was very derivative. People did their research on the album. She took from Jonas Brothers, Demi Lovato, Charlie XCX. Like, it's a long list of things, but she still sold 3 million something copies of the album in the first week. Like, come on, man. Like, if people fuck with you, they're gonna listen to you. Like, we don't need all them bundles and all that stuff, man. But I'm gonna get off Taylor Swift for a second. Well, not for a second. I'm just gonna get off of it. Yeah, but it just, I do want to say one more thing about Taylor Swift's album. She had, if some songs felt a little Lana Del Rey like, and I fuck with Lana Del Rey the long way. Like, I love that just chill melodic shit where I can just fucking lay on the couch and meditate and listen to Lana like that. I love that shit. And one of Taylor's songs really sounded like that. And I was like, I don't know if you're the one to pull this off. But nevertheless, y'all go check out all the new music. Cardi, Thug, Doja, a bunch of people drop music. I can't really get too much into it because there's so much music that drop. I haven't been on a pod in 30 days. I can't get really too much into it. But a lot of music drop. And go listen to it. All right, let's switch gears for a second. What else been happening, man? We talked about the bundles. We talked about the artists. We talked about all that stuff. I do want to talk about algorithms real quick. I wrote a note. What does our note say? It says algorithms and how they can affect us. So I was listening to a conversation and they were talking about the algorithms and that their phone is listening to them. And people, like, I'm a tech person. I love tech. Like, I love just dealing with that shit. And like, when I was younger, I used to open up iPhones. I think my mom said I used to open up VHS, the thing, whatever, the VCR. I used to open that up and try to put it back together and stuff. When I was younger, I'm pretty sure I broke it. But when I got older, I started opening up iPhones. You know, I was an Apple head, which technically I kind of still am, but I don't buy everything that they own, but I do have a lot of Apple products. But I like tech. So when it comes to like these personalized ads and targeting and stuff like that, a lot of people say like, yo, your phone's listening to you. And the thing is, it's true, but not true at the same time. And I don't want to get into like the NSA and all that shit. Like, I'm just talking about surface level shit right now. Like, I don't want to get into the conspiracy theory world. But when you think, like, everybody has had the moment where they're like, oh, I want some fruit. And then like 30 minutes later, you're scrolling on Instagram and you have a banana ad. You're scrolling some more, you got an apple ad, the fruit apple ad. And you're like, damn, I didn't type this in my phone. I didn't say anything about it. Like, how does it know that I want fruit? My phone's listening to me. Well, yes and no. A lot of these advertising companies are the same fucking advertising companies, right? So Meta ads, Google ads. Google ads is one of the biggest. Like, they are one of the fucking biggest. Facebook, Meta and Google are like the biggest fucking advertisers in America. Which means if you go on Facebook and just start accepting everything when you first download the app and you're accepting all the terms and shit like that, you're accepting shit that you don't even know because you're not fucking reading it. You're just pressing accept. So you might press accept on a personalized target ad thing for Facebook, which uses Meta ads. But you go on Instagram and you deny all the ads and shit. Right? You deny everything. You don't want no personalized ads. You don't want it to track you, all that stuff. But Instagram also uses Meta ads. So you're on Facebook and you accepted it, but you're on Instagram and you denied it. And you're like, why am I seeing this shit on my Instagram? I denied it. But you don't even know you accepted it on Facebook, but they're using the same advertising company. So if you do something throughout your phone, You're going to see it wherever that advertising company is. You're doing it in the same house with the same IP address. You're still walking around. You still might be on FaceTime. You still might be on the phone. You still might use Messenger to type shit. You might use WhatsApp to have a voice, a video message. There's plenty of different ways for these things to happen. And there was a article a while ago that was talking about the commercials were giving her like pregnancy commercials or something like that, and the commercials knew she was pregnant before she before she knew she was pregnant. But the thing is, no, before she told anybody, the commercials knew she was pregnant before she told anybody that she was pregnant. Your personalized ads, there's an algorithm behind the scenes that is creating a profile on you based off of what you do. Right. So if you use DoorDash all the time and getting Burger King, getting McDonald's, getting all this fast food shit in your body, nigga, you're going to get some gym commercials because that is building a profile on you. You eat too much. You eat too much saturated fat. You need to go to the fucking gym. You're going to get some gym commercials. The same thing with the article with the baby. Knowing that she was pregnant beforehand. If you're talking to your friends, if you're looking up clinics and things like that, you're going to get commercials for this stuff. Right. Why do you think all of us get these big pharma ads? We get a whole bunch of big pharma ads all the time, no matter what it's for. Because you're always complaining, my head hurt, this is happening. Or you talking about like you're looking things up online. You might be a little bit freaky. You're looking things up online and you get certain commercials. Like those are the way these ads work. And they're 9 times out of 10 the same company all the time. So even if you created privacy on one end, on the other end you didn't. No matter if you know you did it or you didn't, it just happens. And I want to bring this full circle because at this point it doesn't really matter. It matters, but it doesn't really matter. We're not all high profile criminals, right? We're in a day and age where technology runs the fucking world. If you don't have the internet, you can function without the internet, but if you don't have the internet, you're kind of out the loop. Like if you don't have somebody telling you what's going on and you don't have the internet, you're kind of out the loop. You're just, living, right? But it's a part of our society now. That's the thing, a part of our society right now. And you're either going to get with it or not get with it. Like I'm not saying that you need to conform to society's norms, because I don't think you do. But if you're complaining about the way these things work, but you're still using these things, I don't think you have a voice in the matter. I don't want that to sound harsh, but if you're complaining about you getting these ads, but you're also making a YouTube video called "I bought every ad that Instagram served me, let's see what it does," like you're not really a part of what you think is the problem. You just want to have a fucking what's it called, virtue signaling. Like you just want to seem like you care about the matter, but you really don't. And the thing is, y'all can't tell me that the government is listening to you, which they probably are, but y'all can't tell me that the government is listening to you. Y'all be so adamant about it, but your passwords be your fucking birthday plus 123. Like, who are you to tell me about security or what the fucking advertising company should be doing? Like, who are you to tell me this shit? You don't even have good passwords. Y'all didn't have good passwords for so long. The companies were forced to make you have a decent password. It was like, you wanted to use fucking birthday 1. And the company's like, oh, man, come on, man. All these data breaches, man. Y'all gonna do birthday 1? Nah, make sure you have a special character in there. Make sure you have a number in there. Make sure you have a capital lowercase letter in there. Make sure you do all of this stuff. Like, man, come on. How about y'all just take y'all iPhones, y'all use the password app and let it create y'all passwords for you, man. And then y'all be all right. But when it comes to these ads, man, that's the way the fucking world runs. Like, the consumerism is ran on advertisements. When you go to when you watch the Super Bowl, it's ran on advertisements. Everything's ran on fucking sponsorships, and consumerism runs the fucking world. So it's going to keep they have to figure out a way to keep people buying shit. And the best way to do it is to serve you personalized ads to things that you want. So, that's my take on that. That's my take on that. Let's switch gears a little bit to even rougher shit, I guess. But I wanted to talk about the separation of the country going bigger and bigger through political power unnecessarily. I I don't usually talk about politics too much, especially not without Blaze or somebody here or something. But I don't really talk about politics too much. But it seems like politics is turning into like a popular girls club or some shit like that. Like I don't really know the best way to explain it, but it seems like it's getting to a point where politics is not really about politics anymore. It's not really about policy and shit anymore. It's about like who runs what or who is with what or whatever. If I'm not making sense, just think about the Jimmy Kimmel situation, right? Where Jimmy Kimmel was pulled off the air for saying whatever, and I watched it. He really didn't say shit, but for saying whatever, and Trump pulled him off the air. Well, Trump told Brendan Carr put him off the air. The FCC put him off the air, but on some behind the scenes, we don't really know what's going on type shit. Like, yeah, we could talk about Sinclair, Next Gen, and the fucking the broadcast companies that want to merge together, but they can't merge together without a certain thing. And Trump was like, if this thing will happen, then we could do this, but you need to get rid of all these motherfuckers. Like, that's the shit that we're dealing with. Jimmy Kimmel has nothing to do with fucking policy. Right? He's back on the air now, but he has nothing to do with fucking policy. He has nothing to do with that we know of with the way the world turns. Right? The president of the free world is hyper focused on shit that does not matter and has groups of people doing shit that does not fucking matter. The whole fucking country is focused on these fucking Epstein files, which to me is not a point of fucking huge concern in America. I understand what the Epstein files are and what they are supposed to be, but we have bigger fish to fry in the fucking country. Way bigger fish to fry in the fucking country. But we're as a mass, we're so hyper focused on the wrong shit that we get lost in translation of everything else. Like, people were saying they did the Jimmy Kimmel thing to take you off of the Epstein files. They did the Epstein files to take you off of everything else that's going on in the fucking country, bro. What happens when these fucking celebrity names and these big business names and shit come out on these fucking files and you find out that they're pedophiles? These are the people that are running the fucking country and running these fucking advertisements and shit. And I don't think they should get away with it, not at all. But what do you think is going to happen? Right? Just think about that. But now we got to roll it back a bit and think about the black community. What's happening in the black community? We got to think about the immigrants. We got to think about the education system. We got to think about the college system. We got to think about them taking away rights from their citizens. We're so focused on who the fuck is on late night TV and who the fuck went to a fucking island a long time ago, but people are forgetting about the real issues in America. Right? And I think this whole thing was spearheaded, and I think this whole thing kind of ballooned when Charlie Kirk died. Right? I want to preface this by saying, I think he was a piece of shit. I think that's the best way to get fired from your job. So if you're, I think he was a piece of shit. Everybody that was trying to defend him is a dumbass in my eyes. And it's not even because I'm black, bro. Like, I support black women 100% and fuck them for saying anything bad about black women. I think black women are the best women in the fucking world. If you don't like that, you can go suck a dick. I don't give a fuck. But it's not just because that I'm black that I don't like them. I don't fuck with racism. I don't fuck with people that are so fucking pretentious that don't get the fucking point sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta get the fucking point. Like, I'm not even going to go on these talking points of what the fuck happened, because that's not what this conversation is about. This conversation is about when this whole shit happened, people were forced to pick a fucking side, right? And there was a right side to be on just from a humanistic standpoint. People were forced to be on a specific side. And if you were on one side, you were looked at one way. If you were on another side, you were looked at another way. And there was a right side. There was a right side to be on. But the thing is, that still took away from the point. Yeah, you finally got to see people's mindset of things. And I don't like the way people were talking about people that not celebrated his death, but didn't get, like, I'm indifferent. I don't care. Right? I'm a very empathic person, but I just did not care. Right? You didn't care when Saddam Hussein died. Right? You didn't care when fucking, what's some other fucking vile ass people in this world that just spread hate. You didn't care when Adolf Hitler died. You can't say, oh, I didn't celebrate when this, I didn't celebrate, I can't celebrate this guy dying because he still had Adolf Hitler, fucking Saddam Hussein, fucking Osama bin Laden. These niggas was probably offspringing people too. Sometimes you just got to take it back to reality and look what's in front of you. I don't want to seem emotional, but yo, bro, this is like, it just seems so simple to me. Like, it just seems so fucking simple to me, man. I don't know. It just seems simple to me. And some people take it as, they take this politics things and they take these policy things way deeper than it needs to be, and we never get anything solved. We could talk about this shit all day. We could talk about fucking news all day. We can do all this shit, and it just seems like nothing ever actually gets solved. How different is your life now than it was 20 years ago, practically? Right? Like, how different is it? All these fucking elections that we went through, all these fucking presidents that we went through, how different is your fucking life practically? Really? Not the small things where we get like a little check, not the small things where, you know, certain like little policies were changed here and there, but on a grand scale of things, you're the middle class America, working class America, the poverty of America, shit has not changed. The things that change in America are for the 1% of America. Those are the things that are changing. But this shit that comes down to where 80% of America is, 80% of where this fucking country is, shit hasn't really changed. I haven't seen it change at all. Yeah. So we're going to take a quick break right quick. And when we come back, we're going to talk about some tech shit in SNL. Then we're going to get up out of here, man. We'll be right back. All right. And we're back. First thing I want to say before we start the third section of this podcast is rest in peace, Kieran Lacey. I hope I'm saying his name right. If I'm not, I apologize. But rest in peace to him. If you do not know who he is, he was a wide receiver for LSU that was wrongly accused of a hit and run, which caused the death of one of the passengers in another car that he got accused of being the person who caused that accident that caused that guy's death. He lost all his endorsements. He lost pretty much his whole life. And then he killed himself because of all of this. Seemingly, on the surface, he killed himself because of all of this. And recently it came out that he was almost a football field away from the actual crash. So he wasn't even close to the crash. He did not cause the crash. He was cleared of any wrongdoing, but his life is already gone because of our fucked up system. Not to rehash what we just fucking talked about, but there's more important things to talk about than fucking late night hosts on TV. There's a whole bunch of systemic things happening within America, within our community, that needs to be addressed before we get to fucking arguing about other fucking shit. I just want to say that. But rest in peace to him. Oh, Jesus, man. We need to get this shit together, man. All right. So last thing we're going to talk about, then we're going to get up out of here, man. I just ordered my movie ticket to go see one battle after another. Because I just want to fucking see a movie, watch a movie and shit, man. I probably need therapy, huh? Yeah. But this is my therapy. This is how I get it out. But one thing, let's get to tech real quick. Fuck that shit, man. Let's get to tech. All right. So obviously I have a MetaQuest 3. I love my MetaQuest 3. I use it as a media consumption device, really. I wish I had an Apple Vision Pro because I know like the DPI is like, well, the PPI is fucking just amazing. But I have a MetaQuest 3 and I love SNL. And the Meta Connect thing happened where they showed like the Meta glasses and the Meta display glasses, and they were upgrading the TV portion on the Meta Quest 3. And that's actually the device that I have. So I was like, okay, let me see what they're talking about here. So I just went on my MetaQuest or whatever. The update hasn't happened yet, but they're starting to do like immersive stuff. Like James Cameron is going to put Avatar on the MetaQuest 3, where it's an actual 3D avatar, because obviously the MetaQuest 3 is a virtual reality helmet, which visor, whatever you want to call it, that takes over all your visual space. So you can actually have true 3D that your brain interprets as true 3 dimensions in that space. So James Cameron is taking over, is doing some good things in that. I'm probably going to watch Fire and Ash, Avatar Fire and Ash in that, because I want to see all that happening around me, like different elements, 4D elements and stuff like that. But I was going through the TV thing and I was like, let me just watch SNL. SNL just came back. Bad Bunny was the host. Doja Cat just performed. Bad Bunny did not perform. Bad Bunny cannot act to me, but whatever. Shout out to him. He just got the Super Bowl. That's fire. But they had an SNL. They did an SNL 50th for their last season, 50 years of SNL. But the whole time they had a meta VR thing in there, and I didn't know that. I watched the whole episode from like behind the scenes. Like I was one of the audience members, basically watching the episode. Like I can turn around in the headset and I can see like Ryan Reynolds and Jimmy Fallon over here, and fucking Garrett Morris is right here. Miles Teller was right above him. I can look this way. Kim Kardashian was right there. Like it was so cool, and I love SNL. That's why it was cool to me. But I can actually sit there and watch the skit, but also I can just turn my head and I can see like everybody waiting to come on the stage. Like I can see Will Ferrell sitting on the little motorcycle waiting to come on stage and stuff. It was just so cool, and I'm an advocate for enjoying life and enjoying fucking life. I'm an advocate of enjoying fucking life. That's what I'm an advocate for. I don't know how else to say that, but it's just the little things like that that make me happy when it comes to the uses of technology. We'll talk about AI another day, but I just wanted to get that off, man. If you have a MetaQuest 3, go check out their TV section on there, man. They have a lot of immersive content that is really fucking cool. I let my mom and dad and like my aunties and stuff see the space one, where they just take you to space. Like you're just in a rocket and they take you to space and you can look around like and see like you're hovering above the earth. Like it takes a minute to get used to because you might get a little motion sickness, but it's so fucking cool, man. I just think that's one of the coolest shit in the world. But we're going to go ahead and end this podcast. I know we've been going for a minute. I know we've been going for a minute. Thank you if you're still listening to this point. Comment at the bottom if you're still listening right now. But thank you for tuning in to Malik Schuyler, man. I'll be back very soon, next week, obviously. But I'll be back. I appreciate y'all tuning in to Malik Schuyler. Give this episode a like, a subscribe, and a comment if you fuck with it. And I will see y'all next week. Peace.